Okay, guys, it is that time once again. Time for another Some Magical Story time. And I'm sorry there wasn't a Halloween episode this year. I ran out of time to do one in the end. Now, so I'm going to give you another story from my life. This should be the 9th video in that category. And it won't be exaggerated. It will be an actual story from a true account. And any classmates mentioned in this video won't be mentioned by name for their own safety. So it's to keep them anonymous. But the story, I'm going to call it Trouble in the Classroom. And this was after two classmates from the other Year 7 tutor group have been moved into our tutor group after the tragic death of one of our classmates. And we were in an IS, or individual studies class, during this 1 week. It was during a class discussion, and one classmate accidentally called another classmate Byron. Okay, so I think I've just revealed the name of one classmate by saying that. So he accidentally called him a name, Byron, and I then turned round and said, "You don't look like one to me." And because he didn't hear me saying don't, he grasped me up for saying it looked like a biro, when I actually said, "You don't look like one." Now, the reason I'm keeping the names of real people, obviously I'm keeping, because these are real people I'm talking about, and I'm keeping them anonymous for their own safety. So I'll just repeat that. A classmate called another classmate a certain name that rhymed with his name by accident. I then say to the classmate who he said it to, "You don't look like one." And because he didn't hear me say don't, he only heard me say, "You look like one to me," I get reported for it, and I couldn't defend myself because no one would believe me. So when actually the truth has now come out during this video, that what I actually said to the classmate was, "You don't look like one to me." But this was the same classmate that I would have trouble with in school on multiple occasions. So I guess the appropriate name for this story should be Bully Problems. Because there were times I tried being friends with this classmate as well during the early years of secondary school. And we got on quite well the first time we tried it. Until one such time when I saw him drawing on a chalkboard during a lunch break. And I asked him, "What are you doing there, buddy?" And he thought I'd called him ugly, so he came and kicked me in the gut. So that's what he told the headmaster I'd said. I defended myself in this situation by saying I didn't. He was calling me a liar. the kid was, the classmate, and then I was saying I wasn't. Luckily for me that day, the headmaster took my side in the argument and hushed everything up. So but this classmate wasn't the only pupil on the school playground that I would have problems with. I'd also have problems with a girl 2 years older than me. Or 3 years older than me, actually. I was year 7, she was year 10. And she would have this thing, where she'd see me walking past her and call attention to it by asking me in a rather condescending and bullying way, "What are you staring at?" And every time I tried to defend myself by saying I wasn't looking anywhere near her, she would say, "Oh, yeah, you were. Oh, yes, you were." And that made me feel too intimidated to come to school once that I was so intimidated to come to school once that I tried faking a stomachache to get out of school. It didn't work. But I did tell my mum that it was causing me to feel nervous on the school playground because of her, this girl. So what the deputy headmistress then sat me down to explain was that this girl's disabilities, or, this girl's learning difficulty, if you will, caused her to do that to everyone who walked past her, thinking that they were looking at her when they were not. So it was just a problem, yeah, like a disability that made her do it. I didn't know that at the time, so I just thought she was doing it to be a bully. And I was only year 7, so I didn't, I was only year 7 at the time. For those of us watching from the US, for those of you watching this from the US, year 7 is the first year of secondary school over here. And it's our equivalent to your 6th grade in middle school. The same age group, 11 to 12. Yeah, so just so you can get a bit of background explanation there. I'm going to stop talking about problems around the school playground now, though, with bullies, because it's, that's it for this story time. I just thought it was an important thing for me to come on and say. And guys, anytime I tell a story like this from my own life, the characters in it will be real people that I know, and that's why I'm not saying, that's why I'm not naming them. So yeah, you know, unless they're fine with me doing so, which I haven't asked them, so I won't do that. But if any of you have had problems with any of this stuff in the past, let me know in the comments below. And if it happened during your school days, which it most likely would have done, I'm sorry for what's happened to you because of your bullies. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have us a magical time.